Hey, Phantomaniacs, welcome to the newest unboxing here on the Needless Things YouTube channel. Today we are taking a look at Clawful, the warrior with the grip of evil from Masters Universe Origins. This one came from Big Bad Toy Store, which is why we've got the unpunched card going on here. Everything nice and minty, but it doesn't matter to me because you know I'm going to rip this thing open. Make his dreadful claw, grab and hold. On the top of the back of the box, we've got the gorgeous art that, honestly, I kind of wish I'd been clipping these and saving them from the beginning of this line, but I just haven't. I don't know why. Just not thinking about it, I guess. Clawful's crushing brutality and cunning intellect makes him one of He-Man's more vicious enemies. Now, if you were a fan of the Masters of the Universe cartoon, or the He-Man in the Masters of the Universe cartoon from back in the 80s, then you know Clawful not so much known for his cunning intellect, but we'll take that with the new relaunch with the Origins mythos that we're going by now. You've got the product features, you've got the cross-sell, which you know we've only got one more to hit this week. Let's open up Clawful and see if I'm going to be taking him to the beach. Actually, as you watch this, I believe I'm at the beach now. I'm recording this in advance of our little vacation. We've got a line art drawing of Clawful and all of his parts that can be removed and switched out with other Origins figures, in case you want to give somebody else the crushing claw of evil, or crushing grip of evil. You've got the same mini comic that comes with the other figures in this wave, and then of course you've got Clawful himself. And you know what? I think I perhaps will take old Clawful to the beach. That might be fun. Although I do believe I've got a vintage Clawful that's not in super great shape. That might be fun. I might bring him and do some photography with that guy. I'm not even sure if I have the chest armor for the vintage one that I have, because a friend of mine years ago, coming over for a movie night or something, brought me a box of vintage Masters figures and said, look, I can't, I don't have anything to do with these, but I know I can't throw them out, and I want to give them to somebody who I know is going to have fun with them or appreciate them or whatever. And she gave me this whole box of vintage Masters, and it was great, and I appreciate the heck out of it. All right, so you know what? I'm looking at this figure. He looks great. I was never a big fan of the eyebrows on Clawful, but that's like as far as classics goes. But as far as this, those eyebrows are awesome. But before we get to these eyebrows, hang on just a minute. We got to take a look at something else here. Okay, so for those of you who may not know, and I don't know who wouldn't know, Mattel has had the WWE license for over a decade now. And for years, they have been trying to perfect what is known as the Hulk Hogan Tan. And looking at this Clawful figure, that skin tone just looks kind of familiar to me. So let me tell you something, brother. I need to know. Oh, look, it's not the same tan. So that... But you know what? Honestly, Clawful's tan almost looks a little more Hogan-y than Hogan's tan. I don't know, though. Hogan's has that almost orangish tint that is accurate to him, whereas Clawful's a little more ruddy. But anyway, I have debunked my theory that Clawful has the Hogan tan. He does not, although he has a very, very nice tan, which I don't think the original figure had. So anyway, back to his eyebrows. Great portrait. The fangs, which, as we all know, crabs have fangs. That's just a fact. That's a biological fact. His head's kind of... It's interesting. It's kind of soft. Sorry. My focus lately is... I'm still... And I know I've been saying this for weeks now. I'm still adjusting to my new setup and trying to figure out the best way to frame things, to move things, to do things and whatever. And I will from time to time still get out of focus and not realize it. And I apologize for that, folks. All right, so anyway, look at that beautiful portrait. Everything's all bumpy and gnarly looking. I love the texture. I always loved the texture of this guy. He's got the same thing on his big giant claw, which I believe, yes, look at that. Nice swivel on the giant claw. And, ooh, this is a little more advanced than the original claw technology. That's fantastic. Because I believe on the original, this and this were all one piece. So you actually like moved this forward and it was kind of spring-loaded. Here, these are two separate pieces and it feels like there's a gear, but it is spring-loaded still. This is so much better than the original's claw. That's great. And then on the other clawed hand, look at this. You get a little hinge there for even more articulation. Fantastic. He has got hairy forearms, which is, well, a hairy forearm, which is absolutely bizarre for a crab person, but he's got eyebrows. So what are you going to do? His shell or carapace or armor or whatever it is you've got going on here is actually rubbery. I was ready for this to be a hard plastic, but it is actually I'm just going to pop it right off here and take a look at this guy. Oh, we got to take the head off. So this is actually a soft plastic, which is kind of cool. Like it gives a different, interesting texture to this guy that I kind of like. And even though, yeah, he's a crab and you'd think, oh, well, he should actually have a harder shell. I don't know. I kind of dig this feel. It's kind of nice. It's kind of fun to fiddle with this softer plastic. He's got, of course, all the articulation that we see in the Origins line. The removable parts are removable. He's great. I really like Clawful. He was never one of my favorite characters, but they have given him, in the Origins line, I feel like his colors are a little brighter. The skin tone that they've given him just makes him more interesting for whatever reason. This darker tan skin tone is very cool. This character is just more, gosh, this makes so much more sense. Look at that. Just so much more appealing to me now. I really like this Origins version of Clawful. And of course, he's got the functionality of the swiveling claws. Like, just the articulation also makes him really just leveled up as far as being a fun, exciting character to play with. And then he has, of course, the standard Clawful weapon, this mace or whatever it is that's going on here. They've put the little loop on so that I guess you can kind of give it to him like that, or what I'll probably end up doing is this claw. It's a little softer plastic here, so you can kind of shove that in there, and there you go. Clawful is ready for mayhem, menace, and destruction with his cunning intelligence that you know Clawful has. Every time I do this, I'm just going to think of Zoidberg doing his mating dance, which I don't think is wrong to think of. So there you go. There is Masters of the Universe Origins Clawful. He's awesome. It didn't take me long to talk about how awesome he is. This is going to be a shorter video, but that's okay because, I mean, we all know the guy. It's just a matter of, is this the best version of him that's been released? And I gotta say, yes, I think it is. Thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, share, tell your friends about Needless Things, and come back tomorrow for the last day of Eternia Week, Masters Week, whatever you want to call it, here on the Needless Things YouTube channel. Clackety, clackety, clack, clack, clack. Clawful, coming to get ya.
Smash that like button if you like Needless Things.